Hello everybody, it's Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me for today's video. Hey, it's flashcard time. I've got a really fun flashcard for you. We're going to be using the Silhouette Scenes stamp set. Actually, we're going to use the bundle. And I'm excited to share with you about that bundle if you haven't noticed it, because the dies are amazing. Guys, I think you're going to love creating today's card. I'm anxious to get started, so let's head over to the stamping table and get to creating. Such a pretty little card. I love this one. Let me show you what you need to create today's flashcard. I'm going to go with the purple posy cardstock today. That is cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 inch. So that's going to fit in a medium-sized envelope. My flashcard pieces are in Highland Heather and Whisper White. The Highland Heather is cut 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. My Whisper White is 2.5 by 4 inches. The star of the show today is going to be the Silhouette Scenes. Oh, how I love silhouettes. I just think they make such a wow card. We're going to use the sweet little girl on the swing. I think it's just precious. And then we're going to say, keep dreaming, forever, keep dreaming. So those are the two stamps that we'll be using from the set today. Now today we're going to be using the bundle for the Silhouette Scene. So you can see, comes with a great set of dies. They're beautiful, right? Well, let me show you what they look like when they're die cut, because they are quite stunning. And sometimes the dies don't do them justice. Look at that wonderful, ginormous tree, a great little dandelion. We have Adventure, Forever, and Inspire. We're going to be using Forever today. Are you ready to get started? Now we need to do just a little bit of cutting to our Highland Heather. We're going to put the 4 1/4 inch side up here at the top of our cutter, and we're going to cut off 3/4 inch. So basically we're going to cut it down to 3.5 inches, leaving us 3/4 inch by 2 3/4. I'm going to set that off to the side. We're going to go ahead and do our die cutting. I want to take the word forever. I want to stay close to the right-hand side when I die cut this, because I want to make sure I leave that spot free. You could also tilt it if you wanted to, but basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be covering that up. So I want to make sure I have about 1/4 inch all the way around. So let me go run that through the die cutting machine. So I'm ready to do my stamping for my silhouette, but I want to give you a little trick. You want that image to be good and dark. It's a solid stamp, and that means we want to have incredible ink coverage. I'm going to actually bring in my Stamparatus for this, because it's going to allow me to stamp this girl on the swing twice, and that's going to make sure I get that really good, rich detail. Now, if you don't have the Stamparatus, don't worry, you can still do this, but I just feel like it's going to give me a little bit better image. Now, when I go to do this, I'm going to need that girl to kind of come off of the edge of the cardstock a little bit, but that means I can't put it up here in the corner. And if I turn it this way, I'm struggling with the hinge. So let me show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of the magnets from my Stamparatus, just one, because if you guys remember with the Stamparatus, if these magnets touch each other, they can break. We don't want that. So I'm just going to line up my cardstock here on the edge, hold it down with my magnet. I'm good. It's not going to go anywhere. And now I can put my girl. You notice that the swing is just coming off the edge of my cardstock. Get it set, and then I can bring my Stamparatus over. All right, so now we're ready to stamp. I'm going to use my Memento black ink. We'll ink up the girl, and we'll come over, give that a nice back rub. And do you see what happened? I got a little bit of an off image. It's going to happen, guys. And so we're just going to ink it up again. And this is where the magic of the Stamparatus is going to come into play. Are you ready? Let's stamp that again. And now when I lift, ooh, can you see? I want to zoom in because I just have to show that off. It looks amazing. Do you see how double stamping gives me that rich look? So Stamparatus to the rescue today. Remember, you just slide that magnet out of the way and it will store right back here on the back of my Stamparatus. All right, now we're going to take that little remaining 3/4 inch by 2 3/4 inch. I've got the stamp Keep Dreaming, and we're going to stamp that, kind of towards the left side. All right, it's time to put our card together. Now, I'm not going to adhere this piece down yet because it's actually going to be going on with Stampin' Dimensionals, but I'm going to set it here so I can show you something. We're going to take our word forever, and you notice it's going to kind of come off the cardstock. Then we're going to take our stamped little image that says Keep Dreaming, and I want to turn this into a banner. Now, it's a little long, so I'm going to cut, maybe about 1/2 inch off. And really where you cut that is kind of based on where you stamped. So it's not rocket science. We just want to get some of that length off. And you notice I just cut a line down the middle, and then I cut along both corners there, get that last little piece, and that's what's going to give me that sweet banner. Now that I have that cut, let's go ahead and add our banner. I'm just going to put a little snail here, and we're going to add that, about right there, right across from her feet. All right, now we're ready to add the word forever. And like I said, it's going to go at an angle. It's going to come off. And I'm going to share with you my favorite trick for adhering these delicate die cuts. I think you guys may have seen this trick before. This is my glue sponge. This is 1/8 of a piece of our Stampin' sponges. It's sticky because all I use it for is for gluing. I have my multi-purpose glue, and I'm going to put a little glob here, not a lot, doesn't take much. And I'm going to take my word forever. And one thing I wanted you to notice when we did this, I should have done this before I started, but I wanted you to see and kind of make a mental note of what's going to come off. And let's see, for this one here, it looks like just the R is not going to need adhesive because this is going to be popped, so no glue on the R. That's easy enough. I'm going to put my finger there, and that way I can be certain I'm not going to get glue on that. Now, I don't want this to shift in any way, so I'm going to put glue on my sponge, tap, 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 very gently, because you can see it wants to stick. Woo, does it want to stick? And when we get glue on all of our words except for our R, I can now bring in my Whisper White cardstock and add the word forever, and there's my R hanging off. Now, let me tell you, for this, I'm just going to run it under cold water. That glue is going to come right off. This is why I love my silicone mat. I don't have to worry about that. My glue sponge goes back in a little airtight container. I'll keep using it over and over and over again. If it ever gets to the point it's too sticky, I can just cut off just a really fine layer of my sponge. It just keeps going and going. Now, if you want to keep it simple, guys, you could just adhere your focal image just like so. But I want to show you another option, and I'm going to show that to you with the one that I have here. You notice I have a little speckle. It just kind of gave a little something extra to my card. Let me show you how I did that. I used one of my favorite stamp sets called Artisan Textures. I use this a lot whenever I just want to add a burst of color. We're going to use this speckle stamp right here. I'm going to ink up that stamp. I'm going to stamp off once because I want this to be a really light color. We'll stamp that in the upper left corner. Let's repeat that. I love it because it's nice and soft. All right, now we're ready to adhere our two flashcard pieces together. We're going to do that with dimensionals because you guys know I love Stampin' Dimensionals. I use them on just about everything these days. I just like it because it's a good, affordable adhesive, and it gives amazing dimensions. So I have got 6, and then let's go ahead and get one right here on our banner. I'll use snail on the back of the Highland Heather, and we're just going to add that, about right there. Looks good to me. Now our focal image, we'll center it up on the 3 sides, and there we go. Isn't that a sweet card? Oh, I just love it, and I love the Highland Heather right against that black, and of course the purple posy as well. Just a beautiful and very simple flashcard. I hope that you enjoyed the card. Guys, this is one that you could definitely do in a lot of different colors. Get creative with that, and even that silhouette could be done in maybe some gorgeous grape, or maybe you want to do it in Daffodil Delight and really just kind of change things up. This is a fabulous stamp set. It is beautiful, and let me tell you, those dies with Forever, Inspire, and Adventure, wonderful fonts. I love it, and I hope you did too. Now listen, if you want more information about today's card, let me tell you where you can get the details. Head over to simplysimplestamping.com, and it'll be on the August 22nd, 2019 blog post. That's where I'll have all the details about the cards, photos, the measurements, all the goodies that you need to know. And if you'd like to order perhaps that bundle, you can just click a pick. You're going to see the bundle there, click it. It's going to take you right to my online store so you can get that ordered so that you can start creating your own fabulous cards. Hey, speaking of fabulous cards, if you love the idea of flashcards, but maybe cutting isn't your style, well, we have for you flashcards to go. This is where I've got everything cut. All your cardstock will be scored. You're going to have the flashcard pieces and the flashcard 2.0 pieces, everything you need to create 40 cards, including your envelopes. So you'll be all set to create and mail 40 cards. So be sure to check out the blue menu bar up at the top there at simplysimplestamping.com. Just look for flashcards. Scroll down to flashcards to go. We'll get you taken care of. All right, my friends, thank you again so much for being here. If you liked today's video, do me a quick favor. There's a little thumbs up button right there underneath the video. I'd love it if you clicked it. It lets YouTube know and lets me know that you enjoyed the video today. And if you haven't already subscribed, oh friends, it's so easy. You just click that great big red subscribe button, and that way YouTube will let you know whenever I'm back with a new video. All right, my friends, thank you again so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the card. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.